The village that vanished overnight, but something stayed behind. The Anjikuni Lake mystery. Imagine walking into an empty village, food still warm, weapons still placed by the doors, clothes untouched, but every single person gone. No struggle and no footprints. And the most disturbing part? Even the dogs were found dead, still tied to their posts. Because whatever happened that night, no one left. They were taken. This is the story of the Anjikuni Lake disappearance, a mystery so strange that even today, people debate whether it was covered up or something far worse. In 1930, a fur trapper named Joe Labelle was traveling through the icy wilderness of northern Canada. He had passed through this Inuit village many times before. He knew the people, the routines, the sounds of life. But that night something felt wrong because as he approached the village, there were no voices, no firelight, no movement. When he stepped inside, he expected warmth, life, familiar faces. Instead, he found nothing. Cooking pots still filled with food, rifles left behind, something no hunter would ever abandon. Tools untouched. It wasn't abandonment, because people don't leave like this. They don't vanish midlife. Something interrupted them. Suddenly outside, he found the sled dogs, all dead, still tied, starved. Think about that. If the villagers had left willingly, they would have taken their dogs, because in that frozen land, dogs were survival. But they didn't, which means they didn't leave by choice. Joe searched the surrounding snow, looking for footprints, any sign. There were none, not one trail leading out, not one sign of struggle. It was as if they didn't walk away. They just disappeared. Then came the most disturbing discovery. The village graveyard had been opened, graves dug up, bodies missing. But here's what makes it terrifying. The graves weren't robbed. They were carefully opened, as if something had taken them, not for theft, but for a purpose. Nearby travelers later reported something strange. That same night, they saw a bright blue light in the sky, hovering, moving silently, and suddenly, this stops being just a disappearance. Because now there's a question: were they taken by something not from here? Authorities investigated. Briefly. Quietly, then the story was dismissed. No official records. No detailed reports. Almost as if someone didn't want this story to exist. Entire village gone. No evidence, no trace, no explanation. But here's what makes it worse. There are other stories, other places, where the same thing might have happened. So the real question isn't what happened to them. It's how many times has this happened that we don't know about?